Good morning, guys. I tried the rotation one more time. It just doesn't want us to be great today. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. Happy Monday. My name is Yamitra Jojo Wada, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I hope you guys are ready to get the day started. It's going to be a great as my co-host comes in.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing over there?
Well, I was going to call you and see if you could go live on your phone because mine still won't rotate. So I don't know if that's just a new thing or if it's just me. But otherwise, I'm peachy. I had a problem with my bathroom all weekend, and I thought it was fixed, and I discovered last night it is not. So it's going to be a great day. Good morning, Kimberly.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I have some great trivia to share with y'all this morning, too, before we get into our conversation this morning. I'm so excited, y'all, to talk to you about the financial moment this morning around investing. But let me go ahead and get this trivia out to you first and this quote to help you get this wonderful Monday started out in the right way, y'all. The trivia this morning that I want to share with y'all is crazy. In Florida, women can be fined for falling asleep under what, y'all? Please don't do this. And I know JoJo does it pretty much on a regular, but you can be fined for falling asleep underneath the hair dryer, right?
I do it all. I'm a professional, honey. Let's leave it to the professionals.
Right. So please don't do that. That is a fine in the state of Florida, ladies. I don't know why, but it is. You can't do that. So make sure you don't. It's already high expensive enough to get your hair done. So don't fall asleep and have to pay an extra fee.
Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us for these true confessions and conversations this morning. Our next bit of trivia this morning, Einstein. Yes, right, Einstein. Lord, Albert Einstein. I was about to say Robert. Albert Einstein, I'm making him up, giving him his own name. He called what the most difficult thing to understand? What is the most difficult thing to understand according to Einstein? And you remember he came up with all those laws of physics and everything. But he said the most difficult thing to understand is income taxes. Do you agree? Yes or yes?
Right? He ain't never lied, honey.
Yes, the most difficult thing to understand are your income taxes. And I'm sure we can relate. We just went through that process. There's so many things. Plus, the new tax laws are coming out, y'all. So we need to be aware of those as well. So make sure that you get with your accountant, get in front of there, and look at what it is you need to know about all of these new changes. Make the changes that you need to make so that you are in compliance, that you're working so that it benefits you. It's all about your ROI. Yes or yes, right?
Yeah.
What is your investment? So our quote this morning, too, guys, very important, by Mr. Napoleon Hill, is don't wait. The time will never be just right.
Right.
That's what I said. Mic drop, right? Don't wait. The time will never be just right. And why am I so excited about that? You like, girl, you got too much energy for 7:15 on a Monday morning. Well, y'all, I am so excited because I've been working on this. Yes, go 1099. You're right, Carl. Exactly. I've been working on this investing journey for some time now, but I've never seen so much excitement around investing than my mom, y'all. Can I tell you that this lady is super duper excited about investing? And she's not the only one, but it's very different when it's somebody that, you know, this person birthed me. She's the person who's been there for me all my life, and she will always support me in everything that I do. But it's so just reinvigorating to see how excited she is at her age. And my mom's in her 60s. So how excited she is in her 60s to be doing this investing thing with her daughter. She's like, baby, I'm learning so much. And she just gets so excited about the journey. So I want that same excitement for everybody, for every woman under, whether you're listening to this live or listening to it through the replay. So what for our financial confession and conversation this morning? Let me calm down because I'm getting too overly excited. I'm getting out of breath. I'm not even working out. I'm just sitting here in my seat talking to y'all. So let me bring it on in a little bit. But my topic for this morning, y'all, are what are the 5 things you must master to invest confidently? Right? So how do you build that level of confidence? See, one of the things that I'm doing with my mom, and people always say, oh my gosh, once you reach a certain age, you think that it's too late to start investing. Or wait a minute, I don't have enough money to start investing. Or wait a minute, I don't know where to start. See, we all come with these different situations and scenarios when it comes to investing. But dare I say to you today that, guys, these are 5 things that you must master, right? So that you can invest confidently. And the first thing that you must master, write this down if you're not driving. If you're driving, just listening. And if you're not here live, you can definitely catch us on the replay because this will be here forever and ever. Amen. We hope, as long as Facebook doesn't do anything crazy, right? So the first thing that you have to master, you must master. And we say it over and over. Some of y'all could probably type it in before I even get it out. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Do you know what it is? What's the first thing you must master in order, right, to invest confidently? Anyone know? The first thing you must master in order to invest confidently. I'm going to give you my teacher wait time, so I'm going to wait a couple of seconds to see if anybody knows what's the first thing you must master in order to invest confidently.
Think they're gonna get it now.
We'll see. It might be coming up. That's okay. Just get it on out the way, right? All right. No responses yet. And I know Facebook is on a significant time delay, so that's what I'm getting. You have to master your budget. Yes, you do have to master your budget, but there's one thing that comes before mastering your budget. Yes, you have to master your budget. You have to master your money, your finances in general. But the first thing you must master, guys, is your mind, right? Mastering your mindset. You have to believe, you have to commit, you have to ensure, right? You have to know that you are more than enough. You have to have this mindset that, yes, I am meant to be a millionaire. You have to say, I have this investor's mindset, or this investor, I'm worth it. All of these things we have to believe are true for us, or else we'll not be able to do it. It's called your financial psychology, right? And oftentimes, a lot of us will not change in our financial psychology because there are certain things that we do not seek. There are not certain things we do not go after, right? So you have to be mindful of that. You must master your mindset. That's your financial psychology. Mastering of this, first and foremost, is what is going to allow you to be consistent. It is what is going to allow you to put things in place to continue to do this. Because if you're not intentional, right, in this investing journey, this can be something that you will simply push to the side and say, well, I can't do that right now, right? I'm going to wait until the time is just right. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The time will never be just right. So until you master your mindset around your money, master the thinking around your money, and it's easier said than done for some of us because we've been told the same stories, right? For so long, we have these negative connotations around money, right? Because money is the root of all evil, right? That's what we've been taught. But when in actuality, the exact opposite of that is the love of money. That's the root of evil. So you don't have the love of money in your heart, but money, guys, dare I say, and people say, I don't know why you talk about money all the time. That's all you do, talk about money, 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 right? Whatever's at the front of your mind, you're intentional about those things, that's what you go after. But the thing about that, guys, you cannot have the love of money in your heart. Dare I say, every single person, whether you're on this broadcast live or the replay, more than likely you getting ready to go to a job of some sort, or you've created your own business that you're going to do. Why? Because you need money. You need paychecks to pay your rent. You need paychecks to pay your mortgage. You need paychecks to buy your food. You need paychecks for that car, for that insurance, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So we must have the mindset, right? We must have the correct mindset to be intentional in order to invest with confidence. So that's where it starts first, guys. If you don't get this thing right in your mind and prioritize it so that you're now intentional with your investing, then you're never going to go to that point where you need to go. You're never going to be able to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, because you'll continue to have that same mindset you've always had. You'll say, okay, I can go in and trade my time for these dollars, right? But just think about it. You only have 24 hours in your day, and that job is only going to pay you so much. So how do we now close this gap between what we're getting from trading our time for our money versus having our money work for us is what we're trying to do, right? So how do you improve your money working for you, guys? That's through investing. But you have to have your mindset right first. You have to believe that you can now do this, and then you have to follow up on it and be consistent in that process. That's what we're telling you this morning. So what are those 5 things you must have to invest confidently? First is the right mindset, all right? So if you need to help in developing that right mindset, I have a free financial psychology course that you can go and download from my site, bit.ly/financial psychology 18. You can go over there, get that free course, read over the information. And let me tell you the secret, guys. There's nothing new in that course. But what the course does is create a call to action for you. Because we all know there are things we need to do. You started listing them out. Even Kim was telling us you need to, master your budget, master your finances. Yes, we do. But oftentimes, that's not something that we've done, even though we know it needs to be done. We know it needs to happen. But oftentimes, we tend not to do that because we say, that's too hard. I don't want to think about it right now. But once you develop the right mindset about your money, things completely change. They shift for you. And then it becomes a more positive connection for you as far as your funds are concerned. So mastering that mindset is definitely important. And Kim said it, the number 2 thing, you got to master your money, folks. Right? You have to master your money. You have to know every dollar, every cent that's coming in and going out, and put it on paper or on your device or however you want to do it electronically, so you know where these things are going. And when you master that, what you master first and foremost is initially, what is that percentage you are going to use to pay yourself first? How many of you are paying yourself first right now? You've designated it, you've set it up, you've automated it to pay yourself first. Oftentimes, guys, that's where we miss the boat. That's how you make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. You have to master paying yourself first. And then after you master paying yourself first, it's about investing that money, right? What's that percentage, whether it's 5%, 10%, 15%, or more? It just depends. What matters is that you start. So what are you starting with that is now going to allow you to pay yourself first? How are you now going to start investing? Easiest place to start is at your job if they offer a retirement account. But what we do over at Demis Enterprise and at our Great Escape Mini on June 16th is we help you to walk through that process. It's the actual do shop, guys. This is where we come in and do the work. We walk you through what are the things you need to be looking for? What are the indicators? How do I know this is something that I should be buying? What about the information I need to invest? That's what we do at the Do Shop, y'all. We help you to figure out, after you have this set pattern, after you have this idea or this plan for mastering of your money, now how do you take this money that you've set aside and actually invest it so that it grows? Guys, make your money, keep your money, grow your money. Say it with me. Make your money, keep your money, grow your money. That's what we need to do. If we are to close this wealth gap, if we are to move to our next, if we are to leave an inheritance for our children's children, if we are to live the lives that we were called to live, guys, we have to figure out how do we do this. Make your money, keep your money, grow your money. It starts with your money mindset, yes, but you absolutely must master your money. That was number 2. The number 3 thing that you got to master, guys, is your time. Right? Master your time. We all have the same 24 hours, the same 1,440 minutes, the same 86,400 seconds per day. Do you master that time appropriately? One of the things I do to help me master my time, y'all, and you may say, girl, you must be crazy. But the thing that I do to help me master, guys, is to set up those notifications on my phone. That's what that little calendar is there for, right? I can set up notifications for that time where my husband and I set aside to actually look at our finances and have these, we call them courageous conversations, because at one time we were not having these conversations at all around our money, and we were just letting our money do what it do. As a result, we ended up with almost $500,000 worth of debt, letting our money do what it do, right? And we had to figure out, how do we come out of this? Because it's hard being under all of that debt, that student loan debt, that car debt, that trying to do all of these different businesses debt that we put on all those credit cards. And then the list just goes on and on and on. We had to figure out, y'all, this is not what we were meant to do. We are not meant to be here stressed out over these bills. So we had to have our, what we call, or what I call, he don't call it this, but I call it our come to Jesus moment about our money. We had to figure out what that looks like. So in order to do that, we set up time on our calendars. I set up a notification on my phone and I invited him to the party, right? Set up that notification for us to set aside time to talk about our finances. And then we also have time set aside for my little one so we can talk about finances. He think he can come in though when we having our mommy and daddy talks about money. He think he know everything that's going on. It's so funny, but I love the fact that he understands some of the things that we're talking about when we talk about finances. Or when I'm having a conversation with my husband about business and I'm like, what was I talking about? He'll say, well, mommy, you were talking about JoJo and yada, yada, yada. So he'll come in. It is so funny. But nonetheless, guys, you have to master your time and have these courageous conversations with your family. And oftentimes it's been just something we do, right? We haven't had these conversations with our families in many cases about the financial situations that we're currently in. What are we planning to do? What does it look like, right? If something happens to one of us, then what are the things we need to do? And if you're married or cohabitating or whatever it is that you're doing right now, you have a partner, right? Somebody that you're working with on your finances. Are y'all having this conversation in case something happens to one of you, that the other person is going to be able to pick things up? So guys, we got to talk about this stuff. And I oftentimes share, and I know I'm talking about time, we definitely have to master our time, but I had a colleague, y'all, he told me, because he knew that I talked about finances all the time, he said, well, Lynn, you know what? I'm not leaving my kids anything. And when I die, I hope my last check bounces. I was like, well, dang, Michael, well, dang, right? And I appreciate him for sharing that thought with me, but that's a completely different mindset from what I have around my financial situations and the way that I want to pass wealth on to my children. And I'm hoping and trusting and believing that because you're here for a reason, right? That you're thinking along the same lines that I am, that there are things we need to be able to do, invest confidently. We have to learn to make our money, keep our money, and grow our money. Because going to that 9 to 5 or that 8 to 4 or whatever you want to call it now, right? Or that second shift or third shift job alone is not going to do it for our families. We're not going to be able to have the experiences that we want to have, right? We're not going to be able to have the time to spend together in the way that we want to until we learn to do things differently. Guys, that's why I implore you, economic empowerment is what we're talking about this morning. Guys, get on this. It is imperative for your family. It's imperative for your children's children. Start having these conversations today. These are things we have to master, guys. We must master in order to invest confidently. Guys, and the next thing I'll say, we got to master our emotions. Master your emotions when it comes to your money, because I get it, y'all. It gets scary when that money gets down to the end and you don't know what's going to come next, right? And a lot of us, y'all, this is what we do. And I'm saying we because this is what I used to do too. I didn't look at my bank account until I knew that direct deposit was coming in on a certain day. When I knew that direct deposit was coming in on Friday, I was on it. I was checking my account to make sure that money was in there. Then I was like, all right, let me go, right? I had some money in my account, so now it's time to go spend it. I wasn't paying attention to what was happening. I didn't have a care in the world. It was fun while it lasted until $500,000 later in debt was the story that we had, right? That was our story. And we had to figure out how to come out of that situation. And it was being intentional in our finances. It was not until we were intentional in our finances, y'all, that we were able to pull ourselves up. We were like Nemo. Hey, Nemo, you got to just keep swimming. And that's all we were doing. That's all we were doing. Just keep swimming, because we were just barely making it. We were robbing Peter to pay Paul, y'all. We were just swimming. But until we learn to make our money, keep our money, and grow our money, and do things differently, we couldn't breathe. And that's a feeling. Have you ever felt like that before? Like you just couldn't breathe, you couldn't catch your air. There's all this air around you, but you can't even bring it in. You can't even suck it in, and you're hyperventilating. You're overwhelmed. See, that's how your emotions can do with you in your money. I see your face, Miss JoJo. I'm gonna cut it short. I think I'm going over on my.
Child, I'm looking at something else.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure, I want to be mindful of the time. But guys, mastering your emotions when it comes to your money is going to be very important, right? Mastering your emotion when it comes to investing. Mastering your emotions when you see the stock market going down. Do not be afraid. Do not be scared. Why? Because that is your time to make your money if you've done the research to look for those investment opportunities that are going to allow you to win. Do the opposite. Hear me if you don't hear anything else I say today, y'all. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach, for a reason. Yes, I said it, America's #1. Do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing in the stock market. When the market goes down, that's when you should be happy. If and only if you have positioned yourself in the right way. Why? Because the greatest transition of wealth always happens when we have an economic downturn. What do you notice happened in 2007 when we had the housing crash running up into 2008? That was our economic downturn. Who made all the money? Those people who were ready. Those who were ready, because the handwriting was on the wall, and some of us missed it. I just happened to be in the right place to make sure that I'll be able to get in, y'all. I thank God, I just happened to position myself in the right place. But what I implore all of us to be able to do today is to do the research so you can now be ready, because the handwriting is on the wall. The markets are hitting higher heights than they've ever hit before. And we all know what goes up must come down, right? And when it comes down, that's when we need to be ready. But if you have not learned to master your money mindset, if you have not learned to master your time, if you have not learned to master your emotions, you will not be ready, right, when that opportunity comes. If you have not learned how to master your money, You will not be ready. You will not be able to position yourself to be able to make your money, keep your money, grow your money. Is this going to happen overnight? No. By no stretch of the imagination do I want you to think, oh, this is going to be it. This is going to be, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a, this is going to happen overnight. But there are some things that you can now do that are going to position you in a different way, is the message that I'm sharing with you today. And the last thing, God, the number 5 thing that you must master in order to invest confidently is to master your knowledge and the skill that you need to invest. When you master the skill, see, investing is a skill, just like everything else is a skill. Think about what it is that you do at your job. There are skills that you have developed now in order to be able to do that thing at your job. Investing is the same. It's no different. Mastery of the skill of investing is possible for us, but we have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. This has to be a focal point for you guys in order to learn to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. And if you're ready for that, guys, I implore you, meet us on June the 16th in Roswell, Georgia at the Great Escape Mini. It's the do shop, y'all. Bring your laptops, your iPads, your phone, your pen, and your paper if you old school, right? Bring everything that you can, but get into place so we can learn how to put these things together. We'll be walking through the process. You say, Lynn, what do you mean walk through the process? Just like you walked through that math problem when you were in school with your math teacher, and she was on the, well, they don't use blackboards anymore. They use Promethean boards, but she's working that problem out on the Promethean board, right? And she gives you the homework, tells you to go home, do that math problem. And then when you get home, you're like, oh, goodness, right? I don't know how to do this. She made it look so easy on the board. I see the sample. I see the example she gave, but I'm not understanding. I'm not coming up with the right answers. See, at the do shop, we're going to do it together. Yes, we're going to work through the problem on the Promethean board, but then you're going to do it right there in the room. So what I implore you to do, guys, is to, even if you only have $5, whether you have $5, $500, $5,000, $50,000, it doesn't matter. The skill that you develop is what's important. And what we're going to do is, guys, walk you through this process. How do you do this? No matter how much money you have, how do I get in on this investing game? Because, guys, that's how we close this wealth gap. And the research tells us, guys, that for the community, for our minority communities to close the wealth gap that exists with the white people, it's going to take over 200 years for us to do it if we continue to do things the same way we've always done. So if you want to speed that up for you and your family, then investing is the way to do that. And yes, we're talking about investing in the stock market, guys, but it's beyond just investing in the stock market. There are other ways to invest too, but this is a great way to get started. And we hear about diversification and multiple streams of income and all these different things, but until you develop the skill, until you get the knowledge, and to be able to master that thing, you won't be able to get those multiple sources. So we invite you guys, come to the Great Escape Mini in Roswell, Georgia on June 16th. It's going to be an all-day do shop. We're not only doing your finances. We're not only doing the investing thing. We're going to be doing the life thing with our Live Past Crazy specialist. We're also going to be doing the health thing, right? So don't come dressed up, ladies, is what I'm saying to you. Yes, this is for the ladies. This is for the ladies. Ladies, don't come in your 6-inch heels and your best Sunday best, right? Don't do that, because that's not what type of meeting this is. That's not the meeting. Come in your t-shirt and your spandex if you choose, right? And your tennis shoes, because we're gonna do the work, the real work that matters in your finances as far as your investing is concerned, the real work that matters in your life with our Live Past Crazy specialist, the real work that matters in your health. What are those little things that you can do now, guys? It's about mastery of the knowledge and the skill. That's what we'll be doing at this Great Escape Mini, y'all, June 16th. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it, America's number one. I'm going to pass it over to my co-host, Miss JoJo.
Let me tell y'all something, y'all. Excuse me, I done spilled water everywhere. I've been trying so hard not to get into a coughing fit and drink water. But I love Lynn said, come in your spandex. She not playing, y'all. You got to come ready. He said he vote for women in spandex. Cousin Carl, listen. Y'all, for real, you got to come ready to do the work. Like, this is serious, you know. And there will be times when we have events where you can come and you can dress up and look great and nice, but we want you guys to get the fundamentals down and to get the basics down. And so you've got to come ready to do the work, because there will be, you know, I'm a pencil and paper, bring your calculator kind of person. So come prepared to do the work so that Lynn can help you get your life all the way right, so your money doesn't have to be funny. Right. So y'all can get it together. All right, so the fearless thought for the day is, and it really, Lynn, I don't know how this is the second day in a row our thoughts have kind of tied in together, and we hadn't even talked to each other all weekend. The power of perspective, and she was talking about your mindset. So when you start out on this fearless journey, and we are doing all of these things, thank you, Mom Marlo, appreciate it. You have the power of perspective is an amazing thing, because if your perspective is not right, if you don't believe that you can do these things, then it's not going to work out. Remember I said you got to be true to your why, and your why has to be very valid for you, because if it's not going to last. Meaning, if I want to do this just because I see somebody else doing it or because I think it looks good, when I get deep in this journey, it's not going to happen. My account's still going to be in a negative. My life is still going to be crazy. I'm still going to have the same crazy relationships. I'm still going to have the same crazy job. Nothing is going to change. So in your perspective, the power of your perspective is what's going to take you through all the way in. You've got to believe and know without a doubt that this is going to happen. And in the beginning, you got to have that faith of a mustard seed. You got to, be like, okay, well, maybe. But as you continue along on this journey, your perspective has got to get stronger and it's got to change. Remember, the mustard seed is the strongest and biggest tree that there is, but it starts off really little tiny. So make sure that your power perspective is what's going to carry you through, because if you're not excited, if you're not committed to the changes that you want to see, then it's not going to happen. Let's take relationships for example, and this is my confession for the day. When I was determined to have, and everybody know I've been married, so many times. So, but when I became committed to what I wanted and committed to the new me and my character and what I wanted to be presented in my life, and I was committed to that perspective and the way I wanted things to happen, they happened instantaneously because I went with it. I didn't try to say, oh, well, JoJo, I don't know. I was very intentional about my perspective of what was going to happen. I was excited. And then I had the attitude of, it doesn't matter what else is going on. This right here is going to happen this way, period. No other option. You have got to be so intentional about that, especially when it comes to your life, your relationships. Because let me tell you, it's the only live past crazy specialist there is. I know crazy. I know crazy in my finances, my relationships, my friendships, at work. I know them all. And your perspective has got to change. And let me help some people out when it comes to their perspective with their jobs, since we talked about relationships. If you find yourself at the same job, right? In every job you have the exact same problem. You come home and your problem is, they don't pay me enough to be putting up with all this. They told me when I started this job, I will only be doing this, and they keep adding this. And these people crazy. They think I'm going to do this. They get on my nerves. I can't get, and you have this. And if I can rattle off your same complaints and apply them to every single job, then you are the one that's living in crazy. It is not the job. You, my friend, are the common denominator. And so your perspective has got to change when it comes to your employment. Yes, they may be giving you more responsibility, and I'm saying this from an HR manager position. They may be giving you more responsibility. They may give you more work, but you also have to look at it this way. They may have faith in you that you can get the job done, or else they wouldn't be giving it to you, because they could not give you anything and then say you're not doing anything and then let you go because you're not productive enough at your position. So your perspective can change everything. It's going to set your mind up for the day. So you need to start your morning off with the perspective of what do you want to achieve on this day? How do you want this day to go moving forward? What do you want to see happen? Because if you don't have one, your negative Nellies and all that negative thought that you have going on in your mind will set your day for you. Let's say if you got that negative relationship and they wake up arguing, or if the first phone call is somebody complaining, I can guarantee you by the second or third phone call, you have fully engulfed yourself in complaining right along with them. You've got to be intentional on this Be Fearless journey. And your perspective is one of the second keys. I have a lot of keys, but your perspective and your mindset have got to come together. Because if they don't, I promise you it's not going to work. You're not going to get far. You're going to find yourself continuing in the same rut with the same problem, with the same people. The same people, they may have different names. Like my husband had a different name, but we had the same problem, right? Nothing. Only thing my husband's had in common was JoJo. That was the only thing they had in common. But I had to stop and think about, what was I contributing to my crazy? And then it helped change my mind and my perspective about what I wanted and what I didn't want. True, there are some situations with, like in my first marriage, I couldn't control. He was just crazy and an abusive man. There was nothing I could do about that, but move myself out of the situation. But once I did, and then life began again, I had to change my perspective. So the Fearless Morning Show is all about stopping the victim mentality so that you become a survivor and eventually you become an overcomer, because we're not staying in any of those states, because we want to overcome all of those things that have set us back, that have caused the crazy in our life, that have caused the problems that we continue to see and go over. But Lynn, as I'm getting ready to close out, guys, thank you for joining the Fearless Morning Show. Lynn has already told you about the Great Escape Mini on June 16th. Lynn handles the technical and the financial side of you, and I'm going to handle the mental and emotional side. So we're going to help get you all the way together, because you don't have to live crazy in your life nor your finances. So June 16th, make sure, guys, that you get your tickets. The early bird special ends June 1st. So make sure you go to either the Eventbrite or the Bitly link. I have posted both of those so that you can come out and join us. I'm excited. Like, we have a lot to do and a lot going on. Me and Lynn were supposed to talk this weekend, but when I tell you I had bathroom problems that overtook my life, they just did. But I think I'm going to have to pare down what I want to do, because I have so many activities. I don't think it's really, I'm going to get them all in. So I got to pare my stuff down. But I am excited to see you guys. Don't forget to share the video. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel. So make sure that you share the YouTube videos, and you can binge watch the Fearless Morning Show and get your life together. So if they can't see us on Facebook, they got us there. And hopefully Facebook will let us rotate this phone soon, so it doesn't look like Lynn is in jail back there. And we're both side by side. Look, Lynn, like you in a little jail cell. We need to break Lynn out. Break her out. She need to be free. Us free. So, guys, thank you for joining the Fearless Morning Show. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me, Lynn? Anything else? Oh, guys, we plan on having t-shirts at the event. Don't forget, we do have Be Fearless bracelets, earring sets, and necklace sets. And they do say Be Fearless on the little tags here, and they come in different colors. So if you don't see the color that you want, you can go to the website and let us know, and we can order the colors for you. Anything? Did I miss anything, Lynn?
No, guys. joining us. Don't forget to invite your friends to join us. Thank you, Miss JoJo, because I was about to get you on that piece of hair right there.
I'm like, what was that going on?
I was about to get you on it, but you got it. So much for joining us, where we're having these true confessions and conversations about everyday life and finances. Invite your friends to join us. Thank you, Carr, for coming in. Thank you for your comments. Guys, thank you for sharing. Thank you for typing in, but also send us your feedback. Send us topics you want us to cover. If you have questions and concerns that you would like for us to address here on the Fearless Morning Show, please share those with us as well. You can either send me a message on Facebook. I don't bite. Send it over.
That's right.
Or you can text those to us at 470-236-8282. Text us your questions for the show. We want to hear from you because, guys, we're doing this. We're here to give hope, help one person every day. And we can't do that if we don't know what you need. So give us some feedback. Tell us what it is that you need on this investing journey, because we have to invest with confidence. That's the only way we're going to make it happen. Oh, yeah, Carl, I got you. He said, don't forget the spandex. That's right. Comfortable.
Lynn, what was that number again so I can post it? 470?
470-236-8282. Call is crazy. But this is for the women on the car, so you won't be there. But we might share pics, but not for that purpose, right? Doing the work. Doing the work. Yes.
Doing the work. Please come ready to do the work, y'all. And we share this information with you so that you can share it with somebody else. Now that you know, you're charged to go out and share it with the world so that they can know what you know, because we cannot keep it to ourselves. If we're going to move past crazy in our life and our finances, it's going to take a community to make that happen. And Lynn and I have decided that is what is our true calling, and that is what we have set out to do with the Fearless Morning Show. So we thank you so much for joining us, but please make sure you share this information and share the video so somebody, and get you a partner to come along with you on this Be Fearless journey. If you need an investing partner, y'all come on out June 16th, come out together, get somebody that's going to be dedicated to this journey to get where y'all want to be. Because here's the thing, we don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. And like Lynn said, it for real, that mindset is everything. Lynn said a couple of shows ago that she has on her mirror, the millionaire, the millionaire mindset, the little checklist. I have it on my mirror, and she's right. By the time you wash your face, brush your teeth, you can do it. And some of them will stick through your mind so that you can repeat them off the top of your head, and you don't even have to worry about it. You've got to change your mindset. It's the only thing that is going to work. Because if you don't change your mind, we're going to stay right where we at. And we don't want that for anybody, because it's all about moving everybody forward. We all can go. There's plenty for and I think we forget that. There's plenty for everybody. It's just not for one select group of people, one person, one anything. It is absolutely for everybody. So get yours. How about that?
How about that?
How about them apples? All right, guys, if you have any questions for Lynn and I, you can always find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you just put in our names, Lynn is Demon Speaks, and mine is just my name, Young Mitra, or JoJo. I'm either one. But you can text your questions to 470-236-8282, and we'll be glad to add them to the Fearless Morning Show. All right, guys, have an amazing Monday. And we'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. Have a good one.
Signing off.